what we're going to do today. So, welcome to Releasing Health. I am going to get right into things. I am going to share my screen with you, and we are going to have a very quick little session about thyroid awareness. So let me share my screen with you, and we will get this session started. So welcome to those of you who are joining me now, and type any questions or comments that you have in the comment section below, and we will get to those momentarily. So soon as my screen cooperates with me, we will move forward. Just giving it here a moment to get itself together. And there you have it. So, January Health Awareness, and this is Releasing Your Thyroid. So, one of my favorite passages of scripture, because I have a lot of them, but one of my favorite passages of scripture is 2 Corinthians chapter 3 verse 17, and I'm going to paraphrase it, and it is now it says, now where the spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. And I just love that so much, because that just lets me know that we can experience liberty despite what may be going on. And then, just in case you're unaware, a simple definition of liberty is freedom. So we have the opportunity to experience freedom. And so I want to share a little bit of that with you today as we talk about thyroid health in our Thyroid Awareness Month. So let's get this started here. All right, I'm going to stop moving here. All right, so is this you? Do you often find yourselves having difficulty expressing your thoughts, feeling timid or shy, talking without thinking, dishonesty or insensitivity or insecurity or social anxiety, or even having difficulty making sound decisions? Now, believe it or not, I used to be shy. I used to not talk to anybody. I used to stay to myself, and I just used to be shy. But no longer am I that. But is this you? Any of these things resonate with you? So again, welcome to Releasing Health. And today, Dr. Valerie A. Mills, a non-medical doctor, and am here to share some information to empower you to optimize your total state of health and afford you the opportunity to heal well from the inside out. So, as a disclaimer, the information that I'm sharing with you is not intended to take the place of your one-on-one relationship with your qualified medical healthcare practitioner, and it is not intended as medical advice. It is just a sharing of education from the research and knowledge that I have acquired over the years, and I want to empower you. And I do encourage you, with whatever your health expression is, to stay in communication with your healthcare practitioner of choice, and do your own research so that you can make informed decisions. So today I want to talk to you before we get to the thyroid portion. It's going to mesh into it. It's foundations for health. Now, everyone or many people have their own foundations for health. And so these are my foundations for health. And my biggest foundation is to be free. We were created to be here and to live life and to experience abundance and to experience joy. And so I know that there are things in life that happen that may not feel like the case, but I truly believe that we have the opportunity to be free in our total state of being, and it has to do with our outlook. So that's why I like 2 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 17, for where the spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. So my word for foundations of health is liberty. And what does that really mean? So when I look at the word liberty, I see laughter. I see including fun into life, Even if your fun is going to the park, taking a walk, swinging on the swing, going to an amusement park, getting on those rides and those roller coasters, whatever fun is for you. And then I also see liberty as intermission, taking rest, taking the time to be still, to absorb, to allow your body some downtime, to allow your mind some downtime. I see liberty as bouncing and bobbing, and I call that movement, not just merely exercise, but movement, because there may be sometimes in some situations where you can't do the quote unquote traditional type of exercise, but if you're able to move, even if that means you are moving, doing something with your arms, moving your legs, walking, even if you've been in a situation where you've been bedbound for a little bit and now you're able to lift up your head, that's movement. So liberty is being able to move. And then liberty to me is also considering your environment, considering your surroundings, considering your social network, considering your home atmosphere, considering the internal portions of your body and what is inside of your body. That includes toxins, whether that be environmental toxins from the outside or environmental toxins that are on inside. But consider your environment when you're talking about liberty. And then the other word when I think about liberty is replenishing. And what do I mean by that? Getting some good nourishment. Now, so often, because we are three-part beings, we are spirit, we live in a body, we have a soul, and our soul is our mind, our will, our intellect, our emotions. So replenishing every part of us with good nourishment, not just merely food for our physical bodies, but food for our minds, food for our spirits, food for our intellect, food for our whole essence. So that's good nourishment. And then when I think of liberty, I think of transformation. I think of mindset. Your mindset is key to whatever situation you're in and the outcome and the outlook about that situation. The mindset. How is your mindset? Is your mindset to continue to endure, to stay the course? Is your mindset stayed to be positive? Is your mindset stayed to be negative? What is your mindset? Because your mindset will help transform you into the state of liberty, in the state of being free. And then when I think of liberty, I think of you. I think of you. What is your outlook about life, about your goals, about your family, about your social network, about everything? What is your outlook? So to me, when I think about the Spirit of the Lord and where the Spirit of the Lord is, there's liberty. I think about freedom. I think about my mind, how I react, how I respond, how I perceive, how I comprehend. And that actually allows me to experience life positively or negatively. So since we are talking about this month about thyroid awareness, because January on one of the National Health Awareness calendars is thyroid awareness is for the month of January. So I wanted to pick one thing off of those foundations for health, and I wanted to pick the bounce and bob for thyroid. Now you're thinking about, what is she talking about? Bouncing and bobbing for my thyroid, movement for my thyroid. What is all of that about? So I am going to tell you. I'm so glad you asked. Well, one of the things that you can do for the thyroid is to include the color blue in your life. So I mentioned before chakras. And chakras are simply energy fields within our bodies. And there are 7 main energy fields that are generally talked about. And so you have a throat chakra, and it is correlated with the color blue. Blue is calming. Blue is very resonating with, you think about it, with the sky. And it is just resonating with calmness and warmth and breath. So consider adding the color blue in your life. If you tend to be a person who may not recognize that you might wear dark colors a lot, because I am aware of people who pretty much wear earth tones, and that's fine. I'm not any against that, but consider if you are experiencing any of those challenges that I mentioned above when we started about having trouble expressing yourself, just being positive, then consider adding blue into your life, and allowing some calm, some breath, some oxygen, so to speak, to come into your life and allow you to just be on a different level and have a different different mindset on a positive nature. When I think of blue, I think of softness. I think of just soft air and just being able to get oxygen circulating through and just energizing my cells. It's just calming to me, and it allows me to be able to understand and perceive better when I'm in situations. And so then another thing that we can do as far as bouncing is bobbing is to do something that exercises and stretches your neck. Yoga is wonderful to actually stimulate and to support the thyroid. There are so many different yoga movements. You can do the cobra stretch, anything that you're kind of stretching your neck. Whenever you're doing your yoga poses, it's actually supporting and opening up that throat chakra. It's allowing it to be released. Any blocked energies or stagnation there, it supports it to move that. It supports the blood flow to get to your brain, helps you to think better. So that helps with some of alleviating some of that down moodiness and some of the maybe the brain fog. So consider doing some yoga moves, some yoga stretches. Another thing that is very helpful for yoga stretches is singing. I enjoy singing. So just strike up a tune, get in the shower. If you're a shower singer, get in the shower and sing. If you don't think you sing well, then that's fine. Just don't sing out in public. I did, just on a little fun note, I learned of this show last night. You may be aware of it. It's called I Can See Your Voice. And so the goal of the game is to determine if a person is a good singer or a bad singer by how they present themselves. So there were some people on there that are not good singers at all. I mean, not at all. So it was kind of fun to watch that for a little bit. So singing, and they were not ashamed that they could not sing, but they were having fun, which goes back to one of our pillars about the laughing. But they were on stage, they were doing something that they enjoyed, and they were not ashamed that they could not sing. But singing is very, very supportive of the thyroid. You're using those muscles within there. You're giving it some actual massaging while you're actually singing, and which leads me into my next tip to actually support the thyroid is to have a do a neck massage. You can do it yourself, even something as simply as doing this or doing this, rubbing your thyroid, supporting it, just giving it a little bit of massage. And also you can really get some shoulder massaging to help with your neck massaging of your thyroid as well. So do some neck stretches, whether that be yoga or singing or neck massages. So, and then the last thing I believe that we will talk about for today, as far as supporting your thyroid, releasing your thyroid, is to breathe. Really breathe. Take a moment to just really inhale and exhale. And I'm going to demonstrate that here momentarily. But whenever we actually tune in and really breathe, not the shallow breathing, but breathing from our diaphragm, it brings about that calmness. It allows you, if you're in a stressful or tense situation, to calm. It allows you to go to your happy place. It allows you to transform your mind from where you are to another place, whether that be the beach or another country or in just whatever your calming place is, the mountains, out in a field, whatever that calming place is for you. It is very supportive of the thyroid to breathe. So let's just take a few moments before we end for the day to just breathe. So if you want, it is helpful as you are learning to breathe from your diaphragm and to take deeper breaths to allow that oxygen to circulate throughout your body and energize and innervate your cells so that you can have more energy circulating, so that you can feel, you can have happy thoughts, so that you can just feel joyful. Put your hand on your abdomen, and you can put one on your chest. And when you inhale, your abdomen should actually get larger. And when you exhale, it should get smaller. So inhale through your nose and allow your abdomen to enlarge. And then exhale, allow it to retract. So I'm going to do it with my eyes closed. And I want you to be able to, whatever you're doing right now, except if you're driving, I want you to take a few moments to just breathe. And I want you to experience a different level of calmness than you're already experiencing. And if you're in a tense moment, to just take the time to calm. So here we go. And when you're ready, open up your eyes and join back with me. So if you've done nothing else today, if you find yourself feeling that you're having challenges expressing your thoughts, having a timid or shy moment, if you're talking without thinking, if you're experiencing some dishonesty or insensitivity or insecurity or even some social anxiety or difficulty making sound decisions, consider supporting your thyroid, supporting your throat chakra so that you are able to express yourself appropriately, so that you can be confident and speak with confidence and speak honestly and speak compassionately and speak lovingly and be very sound about being in a social place amongst other people and maintaining your beautiful, strong, vibrant character, and know that you can make sound decisions. So, if nothing else, today, remember you have just learned 3 tips to release your thyroid. Thank you so much for joining me. I am going to stop the show right now to see if there's any comments or questions, and then we will actually wrap this up for today. So you can see that I am in a much calmer place than my vibrant self when I first joined, because that breathing calmed me. Good morning, Myrna. Good morning, Latrinda. Good morning, Aunt Jean. Thank you all for joining me. Stay calm, stay connected, stay vibrant and beautiful. Remember to be successful, to be prosperous, but be in purpose. Thank you so much.